Howdy-o. Nice to see you. Let's have a look then.
This is where I spend most of my time now. I moved in to this main bit literally the week COVID hit.
Oh wow.
So it was actually
Stressful times.
Well, it made it alright because then I had no time to. There was no rush to get work, so I was able to like take my time and set everything up. Like I remember literally, I built all this bit because I had like time to go.
So that's when I first started following you. When I see you making that, I remember saying to Dad, "This is like wicked what he's done here." Like the effort that was put into the top and everything was actually really good to watch.
Well, it's just kind of maximise the uses of the space because I remember I had that on a bench. Or the festival bench.
Yeah.
And it always got in the way. Then couldn't have workspace. So yeah, just having that, and then having that like close to where it is, and that comes out when I need to use it.
So good.
And different bits just for maximise storage. Even like the little shed I had before was quite slim and
yeah.
So it's kind of like as much space you can kind of save and like use and stuff.
He's a cool workshop. You've actually crammed it full. You can't really do much else in here now.
Yeah, I think the first thing I did is all the wall has these brackets, so I can always move and change around.
Do you know when your brackets broke? You just broke it.
Yeah. Never again. Like, so most of what I'm doing, sanding or dusting or anything kind of, which is going to cause loads of dust. So, I recommend these for any workshop.
Is that the Laguna one?
Yeah. It's like £500, but it's one of the first things that I bought a few of the things I bought for the workshop. So I just wanted that fine to keep the dust down.
Yeah, so I can imagine that's pretty. I need to buy one of them.
Yeah.
They do look good.
It's so good, and you can kind of like, it's not, well, I do have it on different pulleys, so I can actually bring it down to here.
Oh wow.
Where I'm sanding.
Yeah.
Save on the dust spreading and getting your lungs
and
stuff.
And it keeps it a bit more dust free for when you actually go in there.
Yeah, to keep it away from there.
This light's good.
Yeah, TV bracket, I think. Yeah, some kind of TV arm bracket to kind of like to make sure the workbench is lit up.
You do quite a lot of oak and that, so it will show the scratches that might be in it. You can sand them out.
Doing primer to coat, I think.
Yeah, it's actually a really good idea. That.
This is like kind of the main area I'm standing working is mainly around this area. But it all gets moved around. It's all on wheels, so same as this bench.
This is a good bench. This is amazing. Do you actually use that quite a bit, or?
Yeah. Mostly kind of like when I'm working and doing my lamelloing, each piece and everything, I can set that up and just change, and like so that also slips into the. So the top one.
Oh, it's rigged up there, yeah. Bloody hell! You don't need that's more than strong enough, isn't it?
Yeah. So in that now. When it sucks it down, it has the same.
Yeah.
That's what I'm designing. This is the one I've just gone through the workshop. So it's one.
Yeah, I've seen that on your stories. Yeah.
So then I can literally go from different places to then grab measurements. So I don't actually print off any of my drawings or anything.
Yeah.
It's all just kind of on SketchUp, and then I use it to take measurements or something. Because like if I need that measurement, I can grab that off here. I'm always just kind of got this open to then look at my designs and edit and then take measurements.
Yeah, you're a beast on SketchUp, man. Look at your mouse.
For my kitchens and everything, I created this one. So when I go to the clients, if they want to shake a kitchen, I literally have got
it preloaded, yeah.
A preloaded template of loads.
I remember when you done that.
Loads of different units. But I can drag these in.
So that extra bit of time you put in there just saves so much time.
Yeah, so that's given me all my sheet material. What it has done is calculated all my framing, so all the material I need for the frames, and then the doors, and then the middle panels. Then I can give a quicker price to like calculation, because I find sometimes trying to calculate big kitchens with all the framing and materials is a little bit hard.
Do you use cut lists?
Yeah. So most of all my drawings will go down to a cut list.
Yeah, wicked. And you've got that in there at the moment, so we can show a bit of that later. Yeah. Is this the reclaimed wood one here?
So this is the one I'm just designing. It's finished finalising with a customer. So it all will be reclaimed pine. So, reclaimed floorboards. It's my new little toy.
Oh, what's that? Oh, it's like a... I bet that's well satisfying.
Yeah. I'll show you I did an oak door with the client.
Yeah.
Like using real oak and just trying to make it rustic, but they were they thought it was still too clean.
Yeah.
But then you're using that tool to rustic.
Yeah.
And give it all the...
That's serious grain emphasisation. Yeah, well, it's actually done it quite well though. It's just like you need to sort of mimic some of these holes and...
Well, I think it's the ageing of like, you without kind of like painting it and dirting it up and literally throwing it outside.
That's exactly, yeah. And I'll tell you what, to actually get that kind of aged look is actually quite hard.
And you've got to get it, the boards can't be similar. They can't be 100% the same.
It's one of them where you think it should be easier, but it's actually going to be quite hard.
So that was the kind of image that they wanted to go for.
On Instagram, we worry about gaps. I think we don't have to worry about on it. This job.
I was literally like, I said to the customer, I was like, I can't physically do it that bad. I'm like, there will be, the margins will be...
I think with something like this, if you can use this material, but get the tolerances really nice, it could be special.
I can't do it, because like, if you look there, I was like, I can't do that much gap. Or like,
the Instagram community will just...
And then there's like a finger gap there. I'm like, I can't do that. Sorry, it just can't happen. I was like, I can't do it in a rustic way, because I sent them loads of other... So this is what I usually do with each job. They give me a picture, so they give me like 2 pictures.
Inspiration.
And then I went over and then found loads of different like pictures to kind of give a range.
It's a bit twisted. How would you get over that then?
This is how I'm going to do the backing of the doors. And then I think I still might do a way of joining them dominoes or a lip like in them to kind of, but to try and keep the door straight. But again, it's supposed to be like a rustic barn kind of process. Like it's got to be kind of, it doesn't have to be 100% clean and bits and pieces.
Right, so what's this brass for here?
So this is actually the customer's old wardrobe handle, but then he also wants brass added to all the doors and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then replacing the hanging rails. I was going to send it off and get all the brass antiqued, but instead I've cleaned them up by re-polishing and sanding them. And then I'm going to apply it with the same wax I'm going to apply with all the brass hanging rails and brass details and stuff. So then it can all kind of like finish the same and then oxidise. It's the first time I've done it with hanging rails. Yeah. So again, brass is still...
Talk about being bespoke there, do you know what I mean? The effort just into the hanging rails.
But I don't have room for like packs and packs.
No.
It has to be kind of like for the job.
Just like a job at a time, yeah?
Yeah, most of the time.
And what are these here then? So why have you done this?
So I always, because I have to get each one off the van usually, or the pack gets put outside. I then kind of, while I'm taking it off, I will then mark how I think the quality of the face is. Yeah. And then I will tell it if it's both sides are good. Yeah. So if they're like then good for shelving or doors or something, or where both sides are seen. And then I also will mark them if they're in a batch run. Wow. So like if I then need to join a panel together or a run of doors or something where they have to be grain matched across. The
attention to detail you put into the grain is
I think it's just kind of
nuts.
The customer doesn't notice it because I've done it in a way that it shouldn't be noticeable. But if it's not done, a customer you might go, well, that's completely different to that. It's like, and that really stands out different to that. But with veneers, and woods, it's a natural product, so you are going to get that. But sometimes it's nice that it all flows and kind of you don't have it so much different.
And what is this, Finza?
Well, all my veneers I use Finza. Usually with oak I go for the select range, which is so we have natural, select and plus, which is different gradients of the veneers which they have picked. So each veneer sheet will get picked by them and graded, so they then go into production of how many defects and bits and pieces are in it.
And with the plus, do you see much difference in a plus? Is that what you use on the doors?
No, so most of the time I will use
select.
Yeah, select. Because I think there's a big difference between there's a noticeable difference between a select and a natural, which is like the standard. And then, but with the 3 maybe select to pro, it's kind of there's a bit noticing, but it's not massive.
And is there a lot? Is there a different price?
There is still probably about another, like I think about £10-15, I think, especially with staining. The grain, everything's like better. So I was like with graining, because the whips are usually wider as well, so you don't get less stripery lines and stuff.
Really need to be choosing a good quality, because they don't really know. Some people don't know the difference. They think, oh, I'm buying a veneer boarding, and they're crying because it's all liney. There is different qualities, and
it's just not just that. It's the core. That's better than some MDF, like standard MDF.
Sometimes you might get a glue line down it occasionally, but like you just get your blade and then it's gone. Do you actually use this quite a lot?
Yeah. So all my veneers go for it.
I really want to get one of these. And how much does something like this cost?
I think they're about
10?
10,000, I think, But I got it for 6.
I would have that for £6 all day long.
Yeah. I was driving up there and I was like,
you're so jammy though. You always get the deals.
Yeah, but I've been looking for like one of these on the internet for about 5 years.
Wow.
So and I didn't even know this small model was about.
Yeah.
So because usually they're so big.
Yeah.
And not
true.
Movable, I wouldn't be able to get one. So it's like I was more looking for like one of the smaller ones, the Axminster one.
So what width is this here then?
So it's a 850.
I'm really interested to see this. I've never seen one in real life. So what grit's in there?
120, I think.
Oh, it's a lot less.
Not
as aggressive as I thought. No. Fucking around with this all the time, then, aren't you?
Yes.
You know what I would love this for? Small shaker drawer fronts are the hardest because you can easily chew the disc up. Yeah. Right. I would literally buy this machine for small shaker drawer fronts.
I obviously work with a lot of hardwoods and bringing the wood out of the thicknesser, you still got the machine.
Yeah.
When you try and get that out of hardwood, sometimes
it's actually quite hard.
Like time is consuming. But when
and the discs.
Yeah, and then you can throw it through that just to get rid of it before like glue up or something.
And how often do you have to change that 120?
I still haven't changed it.
Wow. Are you ready for the eagle eye? That's nice.
Yes, that's a walnut temporary.
Is that brass?
Yeah, so it's a sample door because there was an idea I had.
Nice. So these are your samples that you show to the clients, yeah?
Yeah, I showed samples, but also like one's an MDF, one's a wood door.
Yeah.
One's a maple, one's a. But I kind of I did it to show customers like there's not unless I massively showed you or told you, or you can maybe guess it, but it's like the finish will be the same.
I can't actually tell by the. This is MDF, isn't it?
No.
What?
That's the wood one. That's maple.
I should have seen by the little bit of shrinkage there. Spoke too soon. What's on there, Renner?
Yeah.
Is this the evil one? Is this the demon?
The evil.
Oh yeah.
So again,
this is famous now.
Again,
yeah, look at these. So I see dead demons or something. Yeah.
Demons. And if you turn it upside down, it's that.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I'd be looking at me like, oh.
I did show it to a customer and he goes, yeah, that's pretty. I don't think I'd want that. So you always have oak maple up in here. I always try and have some on the shelves so it's climatising stuff.
Racking is actually really important in here, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially when I'm cutting, It'll cut on here, then I'll go up to here, and then they go again through the panel saw.
Yeah.
Then they'll go up to here, and then they'll work through there, and then they'll go probably be stored in the spray room while I'm working on them and stuff.
And you keep it all nice and straight, I see. It's all balanced out.
Because temperature difference, like even the board here, I change every few days.
Yeah.
And switch it back around because this one will start cupping a bit because the temperature is
just moisture and stuff as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Moisture and change bits and pieces.
Who do you get your boards from?
Premier Goldberg.
You are the jig man.
I like to customising something, like even this machine. Like I've added, which a lot of people do, is added these to the saw. So
this.
Yeah, so what it does, so just keep it for safety, but for quality as well. So if I was passing that through, I'd still have it. If I bought a new Martin saw, or a new any kind of panel, like I'd still have these to that thing. So if I'm pushing that,
keeps it nice and flat.
Keeps it nice and flat, but it's also going to push that tight. And keep it. I can be pushing from here, and that's going to stay closed to the whole way, without me having to like hold that there, push that like that. It's always going to be tight up against it.
Yeah.
So I know that my cut will be always kind of tight against it. So there's no chance of it coming away, not having a straight line.
Yeah.
It also won't allow kickback. So you
won't
the risk of that. Any kind of machine or tool around here, you can sort of see that's custom. I use this as a stop as well. So this will come across, while I'm looking down a sheet down 600, I'll throw a sheet on. Yeah. Get that easily out of the way. But then a sheet will go on, this will go to 600, well 605 I think it is down the centre of the board. Yeah. That would be 605, it will come up there, I'll put it to there, and I know that I'm cutting down the centre of the board. Always, and I'll use that as a gauge, but I can flip that. And this is something I added to this.
I've seen that on your stories. It's so good.
Again, keeping your hands away from the blade or bits and pieces.
That's brilliant.
We'll go into this space. So then I can work. This will then work. So look, it's all designed to look through the spaces. Like that. So, well, I designed it all in SketchUp, but it's every kind of space is kind of used. Look at workshops where they've got their machines really far apart. There's so much wasted space.
Everything has a purpose here. Everything. It's absolutely brilliant. Just like all the bits where you're clamping it back onto it and that. Every bit of space is being used. Everything's actually in order here, yeah?
Yeah, most things are screws, bits and pieces. Everything usually has the same place. I remember I used to have, and then everything would be everywhere. Yeah. So then I tried to everywhere needs to have its own place of where to go back to. So then it's easier to find, but it also keeps it more tidier. Very simple. Have you got?
Oh, you've thought of everything. I didn't know you'd done this with your sander.
Yeah, for years. In the old workshop. So it's just so that isn't. So it keeps the balance more.
Yeah.
Doing that, you automatically.
No, you just trip over the hose like me all the time. Literally like.
Just for like a higher one.
Yeah.
Whatever kind of height you want it. So it used to be that this was all open. Stops any. While I'm working, it used to be while I'm working, dust and everything would come down it, so it would be more cleaning and tidy. But then it also means now I can close these off. When I have sprayed, I can close these off now, and it stops all the air comes. So when I'm spraying, I have this open for air coming in, and then the air comes through here. So again, no bugs or bits from outside.
Just diffuses the dust. Yeah. And this is the M5, is it EN99 or something like that? Wow, the racking. It's cool now you painted it black.
Yeah, all these are
interchangeable, yeah.
got a paddy on all of them,
Yep.
so even like when I've got something to kind of like push on,
Yeah, nice.
I can put it on and no risk of like scratching
Scratching,
the face or,
which is very easily done. Nice and smooth.
MO.
That's the PU clear, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a run of PU of the acrylic.
Oh, so it has a bit more of a brownie tone to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to grab that that other cotton and show you with the patina. This is with this is cotton, but with emulsion rubbed into it. So it's got that whiteness in the grain. But that was literally just emulsion, tinted a little bit with a bit of tint, but it just gives it that whiteness they might want in the grain.
I was trying to do it with this.
Yeah.
With the paste from Symphony, trying to see what kind of like what effects I could get.
So that was a stain harmony cotton with the lacquer. Then you just put the emulsion on, rub it all into it, and then you sort of go against the grain, let it chill there for a minute, let it dry, and then you will rub it off with just a damp cloth, but be strategic with it because you can dictate how prominent you want it to be. Yeah.
Do them doors again. I'd probably do the panels first.
To get that out there, use the blunted blade with the cloth wrapped around it, and you literally just go. And it does it perfect. Like, say if you want to get stuff out the corners, like scratches, I'd rather be going at it with that or a blade again. Just.
Or even like if I was working, say if I wanted to clean up that front edge, I'd be like.
Yeah.
Like kind of.
Let's have a look at the spray room. It's a decent size as well.
Yeah.
The lighting's all right. Do you enjoy spraying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually getting really warm. Quick.
Yeah. And then it was, so this is the area where everything fell.
Oh, yeah.
The fan, which is from Airflow. It's a 600 big old boy fan.
Yeah, it don't feel too aggressive, the Airflow. Feels quite nice. Yeah, I love this. Again, you thought of everything. Look, show the bottom of that.
So this is my first workbench. I found overspray would sometimes get underneath there and come up. The underspray was a little thought. And trying to grab stuff.
Yeah.
You go like that, or you have to try and go like that. I just found it a lot more harder. So I still do use it sometimes a little bit.
And when you're mucking around with wet paint and you cannot touch it, you don't want bits to get in it, so you really want to be able to get under it well, like this one does.
I customise this to like to any size bit I can move it to.
What's it feel like? Does it move all nice? Because the one I bought was rubbish, really. Yeah, it moves beautiful, nice and easy. Yeah.
So I can go from any size piece to a large sheet if I wanted. Then I made these.
Yeah, that's
to
nice.
Bring it up higher, and then I can custom these actual door stops with buffers to then height adjust them.
So that can grip onto your doors and that as well.
And it's also a soft,
that's brilliant.
So no chance of scratching. Can't to be spraying and then a bit of dust.
No.
Like on the table.
Because that is the ultimate sin. Like when I see people spray tables and they're all caked full of dust. Yeah. Like people probably think, oh, you're nuts because you're putting the brown paper on. You've got a chance of that dust coming off. Yeah, I just do not like loose dust.
Yeah, they both got grip.
I think I've done that before you. I think you breaded me there.
For health and safety, I went thinners. All in there.
Oh, that's where all my gloves go when I try and order them. Well done. This is handy. Very good for mixing.
Mates came from a mate's bathroom.
Oh, really? I was going to buy one of these. It's just that it was a 1.4.
Well, I've been using that for primer.
What do you think about this flexible bit on the bottom? You feel it a sec. I don't know if I could personally use it because I'm so used to moving that around.
For getting inside areas and bits and pieces. You'll get used to it, I think.
I actually really do like these. And this SATA hose line, even though it's Prevost, but I'm sure these bits are SATA.
It's all flexible with it. Yeah. Like, because my last one, it used to be so rigid and used to get so much caught up.
I enjoy it. So I've got the exact same one. In an ideal world, you'll just have your air filtration unit there, You set that to say 3 bar, and then you'll have none of this. You just adjust it a touch on there, an uprated compressor, you wouldn't have this here. So you see where it dropped?
Yeah.
So at the moment, you're actually getting quite a lot of pressure drop right at the moment. So that's on about 4 bar there, and it's going to about, to get to 2 bar, you're getting 2 bar pressure drop there.
If like I was cleaning my gun or
Yeah.
paint, I think, you do that. And now it's chucked any bit of what's in the gun there back into the pot.
All right.
But yeah, when he said to me,
I ain't rich enough to use PPS.
you're reloading your gun.
Well, when you want to know when it's full fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull your until you feel tension.
Yeah.
You really want it to be as fully open as possible, so there's no restrictions, and then you just change it by the tip size. Really. You ain't got the one with a temperature control bit on it, have you?
I don't need it. Here.
No.
I think it's only for when you're working in really hot conditions.
Yeah.
Or really hot climate.
It's mad how it works off that polymer stuff, though, isn't it? The reaction. I bet in the summer that was nice using it. And how much was that?
I think it's like 300-400 quid.
If you're using PU, you have to go down that route of air-fed. It's a rite of passage, whether you use the air-fed or not. The thing is with the DeVille bits, it's got the plastic bit and these bits. So this here, you just replace the bit there. There's least amount of stuff between your eyes. So for me personally, this is the one I would buy. Because I just used to hate the air-fed mask tripping me up. Yeah. But I put one up on a hook in my, and it worked absolutely brilliant. Actually pick it up, dunk it, and then go. I find these really hard to get, like, apart from when you told me about it, but you know them, they're brilliant. But you have to adjust your stain difference because they keep it so wet.
Yeah. A small little trowel for kind of like wrap that in the sheet.
Yeah.
So usually I use that for flying and then back wrapped up for kind of wiping.
Yeah. You know with the these ones, the first initial applicator one, like the big, you know, the proper toweling.
Yeah.
So it soaks up that stain and it just does what it needs to do. I like this for wiping it off, but like, I definitely like the toweling for applying.
Fibres get into the grain or like
they can grab onto it and make sure once you've stained, sort of get them off.
Applying Rubio on.
Yeah.
And when you've got these little fibres sometimes get to like the edge of an edge of veneer.
Yeah.
And then once you tear
rip it
and literally rip it like and tear it out.
Yeah.
Trying to work it in. Booklet.
Oh, where's your work on it?
Work by weight.
Yeah.
Those now kind of like for ratio, knowing exactly what I want. So then I put them into that's going into the pump. Then that whole tin just goes into the pump.
Yeah.
In some parts they're not the same as what they weigh. So when you're doing the ratios, it's not as accurate.
The last time I was using scales, I was using Sherwin, and it was like I was putting in around 750 hardener in or something like that. It was actually quite nuts. Be surprised how much more the paint weighs more than the hardener. So I mix off volume, but not, say if I was doing a tinted stain or something like that, that's when I would definitely be using the measurements and make sure you're writing everything down so you can go back to it. What I do as well is I just set the camera up and film myself so I can actually go back, and sometimes I'm just talking to the camera so I know what it is.
I got this quite a few years ago from Rubio, but I might try and use that on that kitchen because I remember when I used it on the product, it was like there was nothing, and it didn't change the colour of the wood. So it's literally like the 0%.
What you should do is try a few different products there. Try the water-based, because it's a kitchen and you want it to be, even though it's supposed to look rustic, it needs to still have purpose.
Yeah, I don't want it to start flaking off.
No, try that. Or that Bonamega. Yeah, then when you stir that will go white. Oh yeah, that is quite, it's actually quite clear off the start. That might be quite a cool product. I need to have a look at that one. I don't mind a bit of Sherwin, to be honest. I like the PU as well.
Since I had the 3M ones, and once I changed to these, they're like so much better. You had to use that, and look, I've just seen the beads just drop off. Yeah. And all these bits of...
Yeah. That was an issue for me before. I used to use them.
You look in like that, you're moving paint around and
scratching. Yeah.
But with these, each time it's a new kind of lid.
And what Sartre said is it don't actually use an adapter that can actually affect the flow. Yeah.
That is literally where the paint drops.
Yeah. The gun has been made for it to just go straight down like that. It wasn't accounted for to have the metal adapter in it. So I do like the idea that pot just goes straight in.
That's the adapter for this gun. But you got obviously
it's an extra bit here now.
And to get round angle.
The only downside was that you couldn't use it upside down. Or the Gurkha ones had a big filter here, didn't they?
So if I was doing 2 different colours, I could have a different colour in that, spray it, then take that one out.
Have the thinners one,
put a bit thinner through it, and then I'll be re-spraying the new colour in a few minutes to clean that.
I'll have that then, thank you. Put these in the thinners and you need to get home quick. You need to just chuck it in like this. Because if you take that off and that off, they actually distort. I think this brand, Colad, is absolutely brilliant. Have you got their utensil cleaning kit?
Yeah.
Oh, I think they're absolutely brilliant. Oh, let me go get your thing. Soz.
The film is fun.
I jacked the RP version, so Soz, but you can have the HVLP one. But yeah, so they actually works really well. Does it go on it?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, whenever you get to do a little touch up, or that might be really nice to do the blending with the stain.
Right.
So when you want to even the stain out, go on, show me the other shot then.
All right.
Oh, still a decent bit of space, isn't it?
Yes, it's another space I've got.
I didn't even know you had this.
Yeah, I don't come in here a lot. I sometimes use it to store stuff in.
Yeah.
Or I've got this machine because I had no room for using this. This gets bigger or getting more people. I need to have more areas for people to work. So I did think about putting another bench in here.
And what are you using to edge your stuff at the moment?
Just the Festival Contero.
I think that's a brilliant bit of kit.
You probably only see when I post it showing this, which is this is my newest machine. I think it's the only machine I've ever bought brand new. It's all digitally. Well, the rise and fall is digital. So I used to have that.
Yeah.
On my festival router table.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was surprised you hadn't had one of these sooner.
Yeah.
The spindle.
It was space, and I picked up this like a couple of months ago. It's a notcher for the face frames. So then you notch it for the other face frame part of it. Before I'd always use a router, but I picked up it for about 500 quid.
Wow.
Most all the other machines I've picked up.
Nice and clean as well.
Yeah, but it's just a sharp blade.
Yeah. Is that the glue you use up there?
Yeah, type 1-3. There you go.
It just will suck up some of the dust before you take it into the booth. You pay a lot of money for them racks if they was
yeah, yearly.
Perfect.
I'll just leave it on the finish.
So what edit got millions?
Yeah, 2.4. 5 minutes? Nearly 2 million of it is from Facebook. What up?
You have the phone.
Yeah, we're kissing.
Let me FaceTime you and show you something.